For me, the most important thing is a little tiny bit that I put in at the end. I'm seeing that there's a step forward in the way that we conduct affairs, and it's lurking, and I'm arguing it. My mission now is to say that thing is real and let's use it. So to me, that's great. The next step of democracy, the time that we actually make democracy, not like a reward for having got to a certain point, but a tool of permanent further stability, a tool and a full voice for people. Now, that's the headlines. Other points that I set out to make were, okay, we talked about the other. As I said, the frame, the other, was imposed upon me by the organizers. So I'm initially didn't really particularly, I thought, wow, why am I talking about the other? When I went into it, I discovered that there was a lot that I was happy to talk about. Ways in which we do see others, ways in which I think that we grow into recognizing that we ourselves are more than one. We're our own other, we can be, and other others are also part of us. So there's a merging to me, emerging at the same time as a recognition of greater diversity, greater breadth. And then I went into some examples of places where, well, I would say that a particular theme song of mine is that things look better when you're closer. The world looks better when you're closer. South Africa looks better when you're closer. When you're looking from a distance, you can get all these, I referred to these horrifying emails that are constantly telling you about all the alarming things happening. Some of those email guys just need to go and get to those places that they're complaining about, and they'll find humans, people, and realness and love. There's nice things in there. So those are 2 points. I made a bit of a critical comment about the way that I see the grant-making, cynicism that I perceive within the grant-making industry. And there are definitely, yes, there's too many people within this industry who almost routinely talk about how they've done what they should not have done because it is pragmatic. What is the word? It's convenient. And they're not doing what is honourable. They're not living up to the integrity that they claim to espouse because they're doing stuff that is going to get them the right brownie points or whatever. And as I particularly said, if you want to get mileage, that's great. But I think to delude yourself and your public, maybe in the other order, either of those orders, to delude everybody that you're looking for something that has a noble purpose when in fact you're really wanting a little bit of cheap publicity, is kind of corny. And then there was one other the last major point that I think that I make is, to me, you've got to get this leadership thing right. You've got to find places where somebody is doing something and help that guy to do it better, instead of creating stuff that looks absolutely fantastic in paper, but nobody's going to do it. And to me, that's big.